Today we will talk about 10 best qualities present in all greatest men and women around the world throughout history. There's something, and I have studied many of them. I say, well, this quality is same as in the other one. They all have the same thing. There may be more, or one or two less, doesn't matter. But these are the 10 qualities I might list, and I will explain to you. And maybe somebody want to write it down, or we just talk about it? Okay.
We can talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it. So the first quality, if you look at scientists, writers, poets, musicians, whoever, top people. And that's what you want to become, right? So remember these 10 qualities. And after I finish talking, I'll write it down so you can take a picture and keep it with you. First quality is persistence. Persistence, which means if some idea they have and they see, it's difficult, they don't give up. You stick with it, insist on it, do more work, think more about it, sleep with it, dream about it, read about it, ask people about it, stay on the subject, and you will succeed. A lot of people have brilliant ideas for a short while. Then they say, it's so hard, I don't think I can do it. It's for those other smart people, I cannot do it. They give up and they lose the idea. You see? So persistence, not giving up, is one quality. The second quality is courage, which means they feel strong, they actually believe that they can do it. Even if nobody agrees with them. A lot of people do things because other people are doing it. So they say, well, yeah, the other people are making mistakes. If I make the same mistake, it doesn't matter. It will be hidden, nobody will find out. Other people are saying this kind of language. So if I say this too, I'll be like part of the group. Other people are doing some wrong things. He said, let me do it because otherwise they'll think I'm not their friend. So I want to look friendly, so I start doing that. Okay? So you have courage, okay, I don't think this is right, I'm not going to do it. Or, what I want to do, I really believe this is the right thing to do, but other people are asking me, that's a silly idea, don't do it, it's not going to work out. You say, no, it will work out. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to change my mind. If you really believe this is a good idea, then what people say, you will ignore it. The third is strong focus and attention. When they have a question in their mind, they say, oh, this is a hard question, I'll think about it later. No, you keep in your mind. You ask yourself, you focus on it, you imagine. Okay, imagine the answer. Pay attention to a problem, and then you will be able to solve it. Next is, all of great men and women have one or two wonderful hobbies. Even if they are doing something, in addition to that, they're not doing only one thing. One thing is the main. Suppose somebody is a doctor, right? Okay, being a doctor is the main thing you're doing, but that is not the only thing you are doing. There is one or two other things that you really are interested in, and you find some entertainment, recreation, sports, or whatever. They are interested in something else, then they come to this. They do something, then they come to this. So this is their main job, main activity, but there is something else they are interested in. And for most of them, it is something to do with arts painting, drawing, sculpture, music, dance, rhythm, singing, playing an instrument, or sports. Okay? So they have one or two strong hobbies in which they really take interest, and some of them even become good at it. Like Einstein was a good violinist. Why violin? Why violin helps? He was a physicist. Why violin helped physics? Some of the other names I gave you, he was a rhythm tabla player. What does tabla play? He discovered a lot of things with sound. He was a great mathematician. Now how tabla helps mathematics? Because tabla is mathematical. You are counting, you are dividing into it, you are adding more taps between the numbers, and we'll do some game with that. You make a cycle, this is cyclical, so 1, 2, 3, 4, come back to 1. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's another rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's another rhythm. So they use the ideas from rhythm and music. Music is vibration, right? Sound is vibration. It helps them understand physics. That if vibration, I'm talking, that's creating vibration. Lightning is creating vibration. How energy appears as lightning, energy appears as movement of water. So everything is moving, everything is full of energy, and everything is vibrating. That helps them understand how science is. You see? So, hobbies. And they are good observers. When they look at something, they don't look at how it appears to be. When they look at a bird, they don't say, oh, that's a bird, oh, that's another bird, and there are lots of birds. That's not it. They say, oh, that's a bird. What's the shape of the bird? What kind of beak? What color? What size? How the bird flies? Does it fly like this way or in a straight line? Does it fly like plane taking off and landing? Or go from one branch to another? What kind of sound it makes? You see? So by observing and questioning, they discover the qualities of what they are observing. And questioning, I said, you look at something, you ask, not only observe the quality, but you ask more questions that is not clear in the beginning. And I gave you a short poem by Kipling. I keep 6 honest serving men. They are really my helpers, assistants. 6 of them. What are 6? I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when and how and where and who. That's 6. So remember this short poem. I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when and how and where and who. Right? You can write it down. I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when and how and where and who. It rhymes. Okay. And number 7 is they use small things to learn big. You can use small things and create big knowledge. For example, Einstein used to go to school on bike, right? So on bike, some days he will feel more wind, someday he will ride fast. He is observing just by riding bike. He said, suppose I go 10,000 miles an hour, how will I feel? Oh, when he is going faster, he feels he is heavier. It is harder to stop when something is moving very fast. And to suppose he reaches the maximum speed, to go a little bit faster will need more energy. I thought, wow, relativity. It depends on how fast I'm going. Faster I go, the more energy I need to increase the speed. You see? So he went beyond what Newton's laws of motion, when something is stopped, to move it, you need to push. And when you push it, it will keep going until somebody else stops it, like friction or something, a blockage, right? So he discovered electricity, the speed of light. He confirmed it. See, from his bike ride. His father had given me a little compass, which shows points to north. Then you figure out which way is east, west, north, south. He asking questions. Why is it pointing to north? What is so special about north?
You told us this, right?
Yeah, but I'm giving you in this context of the 10 qualities of. From small things they discover big things. Okay. And number 8 is they learn biography, which means story of the life of other great people. To learn from them. It's not that they know everything. They are trying to know everything. They say, let me find out more about how did he know. You see? So you read the story, the biography, autobiography of brilliant people, then you get some more ideas. Oh, this is how he did it. This is how he slept. This is how he thought. This is how he talked. You learn more stuff. What kind of books he read. Okay? What were his qualities? What were his hobbies? So you learn a lot by reading stories of other great people. And number 9, you will find that those stories that you read of other great people, you find them there also reading stories of other great people. And that's why Einstein said about education that when you want kids to be brilliant, you read them stories. Tell them stories. You want kids to be more brilliant, tell them more stories. Do you remember last few years I've told you hundreds of stories, and from each story you learn something wonderful. Whether the story is true or not doesn't matter. But remember, story is imagination. It may be true or somebody just imagined. Doesn't matter. But you learn something. The story is giving you gift of knowledge. And number 10 is mind experiments. They experiment in their mind, what if this happens this way, what will be the result of this, and what will be stopping it, how I can change this. You see, you cannot change everything in physical world around you. So you have to, okay, what if, I used to tell you that always asking, what if the moon flies away and stops rotating orbiting around the earth? What will happen? Because of the moon we have also helps Earth move around, so we have waves, and waves rise, and therefore somehow rain is affected with it, and if the moon disappears, then maybe the Earth's rotation will slow down, maybe we won't have like equal amounts of day and night.
We won't have enough water.
You see? So this kind of mind experiment, like Einstein never actually saw light moving that fast. He couldn't. But he experimented. If light moves at that speed, it cannot be any faster. Because for light to move faster than that, it needs infinite amount of energy. And nobody can travel the speed of light because nobody has that kind of energy. Ah, so that must be the maximum speed. Nothing moves. That was his mind experiment. He didn't see light moving. He didn't run, see how fast is it going. He just imagined everything. It's very, very. Then he also said that if the curve in space curves everything, makes the planets move around this sun and satellites move around the planets, then does it bend everything? He said, yeah, does it bend light? He asked himself. So he imagined, yes, light must also bend. Now, how does light bend? And remember, one of the qualities, everybody disagreed with him. All the other scientists said, no, light doesn't bend. Light goes in a straight line. He said, no, I think light bends. It took 50 years for other scientists after Einstein was gone to prove Einstein was right. How? Because light, if a star is behind the sun, suppose this is the sun and you are here on earth, this is sun. And if a star is behind the sun, right, the light comes, here it bends. And when you see the light is coming from here. But actually the star is there. You are seeing the star here because the light has bent. See, wow, which means all the stars are not where you are seeing them. They are not there. All the stars, because along their journey, there were so many other stars, they move this way, they sometimes move this way. It's not there. And by the time, because light has a speed, which means how much it travels in 1 second, 1 minute. So when you see the light here, which means the star must have gone somewhere else. So none of the stars are where you see them. Many of the stars may have disappeared or collided or exploded, become energy, dust. So these kinds of things you cannot personally go and check it out. Let me check if the star is there. You will never do that, right? But this mind experiment, which means if light bends, which means the light where I'm seeing is, that's not where the star is. Now this gives you a totally new idea of the space. Okay? So remember these 10 qualities of great people.